mamu ina akwaba ade benkasa TV native ndani ni konkohwe eye NDC akachi na bibia twem kakra eye fifi avikwete ade nsem bi tudwa some years ago odi tudwa sentino eye His Excellency Sabrino, the former president, when you baby ko which is Atamos and Kebanko on Saki, the Chief Justice Georgina Wu Enfi Kunyano so as Chief Justice. Emma Sans and Simu Baye He, our Manga and Muhammad Baye and Simpi. Anna the president, His Excellency Professor J.E.E. Atamos, while when you baby ko so sad to the Asentina, Adia, Fifi Quete Akin, and ya de obey yen and ne, Asanso Ayen China. One man the vice chairman of the NDC party. Also said there are so many ways of killing a cat. Now, such a same winner on the two. Let's for I dare see some years ago, no, some SBM or the same NDC political party. Now, secretly, no, NDC lawyers with secret financial transactions with MPP and Penny for. Now, some people in Penifo, NDC for each month, some Penifo, some will call behind the bars. If some matter free, your mind, national NDC lawyers see and cut serious financial deals. Send us uncle for to avoid a sentence, no matter what could away fears. And I have quoted some cophonina on some NDC lawyers on mum from head to toe. No be prosecutum, bakuma. Now, on rest and as on Homeso Crack was sir. NDC lawyers way now so sabi face bas and so face the right penalties for their actions. Native for assembly there. Abe deja e wo manga ne mu ha. Yes say bi pina kuna kuti nkomo bone sensema e kosomeda mu nyina.
Na wademu de ne ba. And a whole lot of others. Some notable human rights lawyers. And so edomano atu nsemi mu bi akire omo adwen. Now the minority caucus in parliament made about some 88 sitting MPs. And so the almost the IGP, Yohunu, should be very, very, very careful because according to the minority, the Abronye DC, Formuno, and yet justice, the moment smacks of punishment. The IGP is being used as a tool of punishment by the NDC, not as a tool of justice delivery. And the entire policing system, according to the minority, has been used as a tool for political punishment and not for justice delivery. Now, Osha Krateye Damanimi free the minority caucus in parliament, or say, for immediate release. Statement by the minority caucus on the remand of Mr. Kwame Bafo, Abronye DC, and the growing culture of political persecution and abuse of power. We, the minority caucus, express grave concern over the arrest and remand of Mr. Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, the Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party. Mr. Bafo was arraigned before the Accra Circuit Court today and remanded into police custody until Friday, the 12th of September 2025, on 2 charges of alleged offensive conduct conducive to a breach of the peace. The circumstances surrounding Abronye DC's arrest and detention reveal a disturbing pattern. The government of the day is increasingly weaponizing the judicial system against perceived opponents. This vague and overly broad application of the law falls far short of international standards of legal specificity. Even more troubling, his arrest follows attempts to seek political asylum in 8 countries, citing persecution and threats to his life. The denial of bail and his remand clearly suggested punishment, not justice. This case is not isolated. we see deliberate and systematic campaign to suppress public freedom of speech. Journalists, social commentators, and opposition figures are harassed through arbitrary arrests and detentions. State security is deployed to intimidate citizens who expose corruption or question government narratives. A climate of fear is being instilled where ordinary people hesitate to exercise their constitutional right to free expression. Such orchestrated persecution is a betrayal of the democratic principles upon which Ghana was founded. The Minority Caucus stands in solidarity with all voices of dissent and affirms their right to hold government accountable without fear of persecution. Meanwhile, government has neglected the urgent national crisis in the full glare. In the northern Ghana, communal violence has claimed the lives of at least 31 and displaced nearly 15,000 people, with more than 14,000 forced to seek refuge in Côte d'Ivoire. This is not just a local tragedy, it is a regional humanitarian emergency that shames our nation. The citizens must cross international borders to find safety and peace is an indictment of a government that has abandoned its basic duty to protect its people. Our northern compatriots deserve urgent attention, not the neglect and indifference that have characterized the state's response so far. Political witch hunts cannot be used as a smokescreen to deflect attention from this disastrous humanitarian endeavor. We also draw attention to an alarming escalation of threats against political leaders, including our minority leader, the Honorable Osahene Alexander Kwame Nafenyomaki, our chief whip, the Honorable Frankano Dompre, our national organizer, Mr. Henry Nana Boachi Nanabi. Report of assassination plot issued openly by NDC executives and their associates, while the authorities look away as if nothing has occurred, signal a dangerous deterioration of democratic tolerance. This climate of intimidation is not a partisan issue. It is an assault of democracy itself. Such threats violate international democratic norms and cannot be dismissed as mere local politics. They demand immediate serious investigations. The Ghana Police Service, which has now become a political tool for punishment, must rise above political partisanship, abandon its current posture as a tool of the ruling party, and guarantee protection for all political actors, regardless of political affiliation. We, the Minority Caucus, reiterate that this government has abandoned its constitutional obligations, choosing instead the path of authoritarian consolidation, judicial persecution, executive overreach, economic manipulation,